There are systems in this world that don't exist on paper. No names. No records, but they decide who rises and who disappears. You don't find them. They find you. They are called assassins. And once you're inside, there is no outside anymore. Level 1, the initiation. It starts with a call at 2:13 a.m. No caller ID. No hesitation. You answer anyway. A voice gives you an address in the industrial outskirts, Sector 9, Warehouse 42. Then silence. No explanation. No second chance. You already know this isn't optional. By 3:02 a.m., you're standing outside a rusted metal door, your breath visible in the cold. The city behind you hums like nothing is wrong. Like nothing is about to change. You knock once. The door opens immediately. 3 people watching you like you're already late. They don't ask your name. They already know it. A man slides a sealed envelope across the table. Inside, a photograph, an address, a time. Be there, he says. Watch. Don't act. That's your first lesson. At 6:45 a.m. you stand across the street from a cafe. The target walks in at exactly 6:52. He orders coffee. Sits by the window. At 6:58, a woman enters. She sits next to him. Smiles. At 7:01, he's dead. No noise. No struggle. Just a slight slump forward, like he's tired. The woman leaves her cup untouched and walks out. No one notices. You feel something twist inside you. Not fear. Recognition. By noon, you're back in the warehouse. You saw how clean it was, the man says. That's the standard. You nod. That's your second lesson. Clean isn't just about execution. It's about invisibility. You don't ask questions. You don't get answers. You're told to come back tomorrow. You do. Level 2, the courier. Now they trust you with movement. Not decisions. Not targets. Movement. You carry things. Phones that are never turned on in the same place twice. Envelopes sealed with numbers instead of names. Cash, always in specific amounts. $80,000. $12,000. 7,500 euros. Never rounded. Precision is part of the language. You learn routes. Not streets, patterns. Never repeat the same path in a week. Never use the same transport twice in a row. Never look like you're avoiding anything. Normal is your disguise. You meet people who never introduce themselves. A man in a grey suit who always checks his watch twice before speaking. A woman who never sits with her back to a door. A driver who never makes eye contact. They all know something you don't. That's the point. Your job is to connect pieces without understanding the whole. One night, you're late. 6 minutes. Traffic. An accident. It doesn't matter. When you arrive, the contact is gone. Your phone buzzes. Unacceptable. The next day, you're sent back to the same location. Same time. This time, someone is waiting. Not the same person. A test. You pass. Barely. That's your third lesson. Time isn't flexible here. It's currency. You start to feel it, the pressure. The constant awareness that every second matters. You sleep less. You think more. You stop telling people where you're going. Eventually, you stop seeing people at all. Level 3, the watcher. You're no longer just moving pieces. You're observing them. They give you longer assignments now, days, sometimes weeks. You watch routines. Patterns. Habits. Targets. You don't call them that at first. You call them subjects. It sounds cleaner. Less final. You learn how people live when they think no one is watching. The coffee they order. The routes they take. The moments they're most vulnerable. Everyone has them. Everyone. You document everything. 7:12 a.m., leaves apartment. 7:18 a.m., buys cigarettes. 7:26 a.m., checks phone twice before crossing street. Patterns become predictable. Predictable becomes exploitable. You start to understand how the woman in the cafe knew exactly when to act. Because someone like you made sure she did. That realization sits heavy. You're not pulling the trigger. But you're setting the stage. One night, you hesitate. A subject waves at a child across the street, smiles. Looks normal. Human. You write it down anyway. You always write it down. That's your fourth lesson. Personal judgment is irrelevant. The system doesn't care how you feel. It cares how accurate you are. And you are. Level 4, the operator. The first time you're given a direct assignment, it doesn't feel real. Tomorrow. 14:20, underground parking. Level B2. That's all you get. No backstory. No justification. Just a time and a place. You arrive early. Always early. You position yourself near the exit ramp. You've studied the layout. 2 cameras, both with blind spots lasting 1.7 seconds. You've practiced this. Over and over. At 14:19, the target's car enters. At 14:20, it stops. At 14:20 and 12 seconds, you move. It's quick. Controlled. Efficient. By 14:21, you're gone. No noise. No witnesses, just like the cafe. You expect something afterward. Guilt. Relief. Anything. There's nothing. Just silence. That's your 5th lesson. The first time is the hardest. After that, it becomes process. You're given more assignments. Different cities. Different methods. You adapt. You refine. You stop thinking in terms of people. You think in terms of variables. Risk. Timing. Exposure. You're good at it. Too good. Level 5, the insider. Now you're in the room. Not the warehouse. A real room. Glass walls. Secure entry. No phones allowed. This is where decisions are discussed. Not made. Discussed. You see the structure for the first time. Handlers. Coordinators. Analysts. Each one responsible for a piece of the operation. You're an operator now, but also something more. Experience has value. You're asked for input. Is this feasible? Is this clean? Your answers carry weight. You choose your words carefully. Too cautious, and you look weak. Too confident, and you look reckless. Balance becomes survival. You start to see how targets are chosen. Not randomly. Strategically. Money. Influence. Threat. The real currency isn't violence. It's leverage. Violence is just the tool. One meeting runs longer than expected. Voices raise. A decision is challenged. The next day, one of the voices is gone. No explanation. That's your 6th lesson. Inside the system, dissent has consequences. You learn when to speak. More importantly, when not to. Level 6, the authority. You have your own team now. 3 operators. 2 watchers. 1 courier. They report to you. Their mistakes are yours. Their successes, also yours. You assign tasks. Review reports. Approve plans. You don't execute anymore. Not directly. Distance is part of the promotion. It keeps you clear, focused, detached. You notice changes in yourself. You speak less. Think more. You trust fewer people. You start to see everyone as replaceable, including yourself. One of your operators fails. Not completely, but enough. A camera catches something it shouldn't. The footage is contained. But the risk exists. You're called into a meeting. Handle it, they say. No further instruction. You understand. That night, you meet the operator. He looks at you like you used to look at others. Waiting for direction. For reassurance. You give him neither. That's your 7th lesson. Authority means making decisions no one else wants to make. Even when they cost you something. Especially then. Level 7, the broker. You don't manage operations anymore. You manage outcomes. You sit between worlds now. Governments. Corporations. Private interests. They don't know each other. But they all know you. Or rather, they know what you represent. Solutions. You negotiate. Not in public. Never in public. Secure rooms. Offshore locations. Encrypted channels. You trade in information. Names. Timelines. Intentions. Sometimes you prevent actions. Sometimes you initiate them. The difference is strategic. You're no longer reacting. You're shaping. A deal crosses your desk. High profile. High risk. The kind that could shift power in an entire region. You review the details. The implications. The cost. You approve it. Weeks later, the headlines change. Markets shift. Leaders fall. New alliances form. No one mentions you. That's your 8th lesson. The higher you rise, the less visible you become. Your power is measured by absence. By what doesn't happen. By what no one can trace. You start to feel it now. The distance. From people. From consequences. From yourself. Level 8, the architect. There are no more meetings. No more approvals. Just you. And the system. You don't run operations. You designed them. Years ago. Protocols. Structures. Chains of command. They all lead back to decisions you made. You don't remember all of them. You don't need to. The system runs itself now. That was always the goal. You sit in a quiet room overlooking a city that never notices you. Screens display data, movements, patterns, anomalies. Everything is tracked. Everything is controlled. Or at least, it feels that way. You think about the first call. 2:13 a.m. How simple it seemed. How contained. You understand now. There was never a beginning. Just an entry point. You've become something else entirely. Not a person. A position. Replaceable. Inevitable. You have everything. Access. Control. Influence. And nothing. No trust. No connection. No way out. That's the final lesson. Power doesn't free you. It isolates you. You lean back in your chair. Somewhere across the city, a new phone rings. 2:13 a.m. A voice gives an address. A door opens. A recruit steps inside, thinking this is an opportunity. Thinking this is control. You watch the data update in real time. A new node in the system. They think they understand the rules. They don't. But they will.
The system doesn't end. It resets. Somewhere in the city right now, a new address is given. A new door opens, and someone steps inside thinking this is opportunity, thinking this is power. You already know the truth. It's a system that consumes everything it builds. And now, you're the one keeping it alive.